What's a good old food that everybody remembers when they were a kid? Bologna. Well, today we're going to smoke some bologna, everybody. No, not your sliced bologna, everybody. We're smoking a bologna chub. Before we get to smoking this delicious bologna chub, everybody, we want to make sure we prepare it just right. So we're going to mix up an incredible rub that I've been using since 1995, maybe 2000. And we're going to show you this rub. I've never shown this rub to anybody. We're going to show you the ingredients that makes not only bologna, but ribs, chicken, Boston butts, all the beautiful pork that you like to eat, beef, brisket. It's good on everything. And we're going to show you that right now. So get you a big old bowl, everybody, because whether you use all of this rub or not, it's delicious. And you can put it in a Ziploc bag, take the air out of it, seal it, and use it many, many more times. But our base for this rub, everybody, is our brown sugar. So we're going to start with our brown sugar. The good thing about this is if you don't get enough brown sugar in it, you can always add some. But I'm going to start out with quite a bit of brown sugar, everybody. We're not going to do as much as we normally do because this chub of bologna will not take as much rub. So, and I already have some mixed up. And it's just about like that right there, guys. I'm going to say that's probably a couple of packed cups. Maybe just a little bit more. But the next item that we're going to add to this rub is one of my faves, okay? It is Head Country seasoning. It's got just about everything that you want in it. And everybody, we're going to pour quite a bit of the Head Country in there. And if you'll see that mixture, we have almost equal part, well, not quite equal parts of brown sugar, more brown sugar than our Head Country seasoning right there, guys. And I'm going to show you how to tell if you've really got it right. The best way to really tell, though, is to taste test this stuff. So we don't have a lot of cumin, guys, but that's just about enough. You're going to add about, I'm going to say probably a couple of teaspoons of cumin for this rub, and it's one of the go-tos for this rub and for all of the other good stuff like ribs, baby back ribs, spare ribs. This is just about enough of cumin. And then we've got some onion powder, everybody. And then you can also put some pepper in this to give it a little bit of a peppery flavor. So we're just going to put just about a half cap full of onion powder in this rub, everybody. And then we're going to add a little bit of the garlic powder, everyone. Probably about the same. Now, you can add your salt, but the Head Country rub, guys, it gives it plenty of salty flavor. So we're going to pop that in there. And this is what it kind of looks like after you've got it in. So we're going to take our whisk, and we're going to whisk all this up really, really good. Make sure to get those lumps out, everybody, the best that you can. And we're going to continue to whisk this up until we get it all combined in there together. Now, once you've got this mixed up, everybody, it should look just about like that. If it's just a little too grainy, add you a little bit more of the brown sugar, mix it in there again. If to your taste it's a little bit salty, add a little bit brown sugar. That will tone it down just a little bit. But this is what's going to be going on our bologna chub, everybody, and it will be delicious. So let's get to prepping our big chub of bologna. Now, if you've ever gone to a barbecue restaurant and looked on the menu, there's always sure to be smoked bologna on that menu, or some of you call it Bologna. I call it bologna. But gosh, guys, smoked bologna at a barbecue shop is incredibly expensive. And right here for about $10, you can smoke your own bologna and have leftovers for a long time for everybody that loves it. Sandwiches, dinners, whatever it may be. Let's get to preparing this big old chub of bologna, guys. Basically, step one, of course, was our seasoning, guys. You saw us mix our seasoning all up. Continue to stir that occasionally while you're doing this, everybody. And then we're going to show you something, a little trick that we do that everybody does. We're going to cross-cut this bologna, but not too deep, guys. Don't do it too deep, just a little bit. Just cut some cuts in here, because as this bologna continues to smoke and cook to absolute perfection, everybody, this bologna is going to spread apart with these little cuts. So you can actually just, if you have a real sharp knife, just poke it down in there just a little bit and continue to cut until we get to the other side. Now remember, everybody, always wash your hands before handling any kind of meat and handling the meat afterwards. Make sure you wash your hands so that you don't get yourself sick or anybody else. So now what we're going to do is we're going to turn it and we're going to cross cut it this way. So we're going to cross cut this way and we're just going to roll it like this. Now you can roll it just like this as you're doing the other cuts. And we're going to get it cut just enough where we can kind of spread it open just a little bit and tuck some of this incredible seasoning down in it, everyone. So we're almost done. And it looks like we've got that cut up, everybody. So let's make sure we get some good seasoning in it. And if you'll look at this real quick, you can kind of see how we've got it cut. So we're going to take our seasoning that we have made up, and we're just going to start adding this to our chub. And you don't really have to put anything on it if you don't want to. You don't have to put mustard. A lot of people put mustard. Get some of that seasoning down in these cracks, everybody. And this chub is going to roll up in this foil, so you're not going to really have to worry about losing a bunch of it. But we just kind of spread it on the mini chub here, or the big chub, whatever you want to call it. And then we kind of spread it open a little bit, maybe pack some of that seasoning down in there. And we just don't be hasty, everybody. Get a bunch of it as best you can in there. Just kind of spread it in there. It's really actually pretty simple. You get a little bit messy on the old hands, but that's what water and soap is for, right? Water and soap, everybody. So let's pack a little bit back down in here and spread it apart just a little bit if you can. And you can even do this. You can spread it, pack it in that beautiful mixture of seasoning, everybody. And like I said, this seasoning is amazing for everything. All of your meats, chicken, guys, pork, beef, anything that you want, you can put this seasoning on. Now, we've got it all. We've got our chub of bologna all seasoned up. We got it packed in there a little bit, or a lot. We can even take some more and pack it in there if you want. Add a little bit more. I'm going to add a little bit more of this seasoning to our foil, because we're going to wrap this chub up and we're going to put it in the foil here, and then we're going to put this in the refrigerator for a while. Let's go ahead and wrap this bad boy up. And guys, just run your foil, get your big old piece of foil, tightly wrap this thing, fold the edges over. There's our mini chub ready to go. Now, when we take this out of the fridge a little bit later, we will unwrap this and put her on the old smoker, everybody. And while this beautiful, beautiful, big old bologna, mini chub, big chub, whatever you can call it, let's just call it a chub right here. While this sits in the refrigerator, we're going to get this fire started and get this smoker, get old smoking toad smoker cranking on this, and it's going to be absolutely delicious. Everybody, I've got a smoker, a stick smoker that I've had since about 2005. It's been one of my best go-tos. I've had much bigger stick smokers, but this particular stick smoker smokes so good, holds 250 degrees for hours, everybody. We're getting ready to fire this thing up so we can throw that beautiful bologna chub on here and show you how to cook it. So let's get this smoker started, everybody. Let's get this thing fired up, and I've got my trusty man torch. Yes, sirree, I got a man torch that helps light anything, everybody. That is the best tool that I've ever gotten. So we're going to get this thing started. Whether you got a pellet grill or a stick smoker, was what I call the stick smoker. You know, there's a few tricks to everything, but get that thing fired up, get it rolling to about 250 degrees. On a pellet grill, they're a little bit trickier. So if you have an upper chamber, put it up on the upper chamber and smoke it really, really slow. But let's show you a couple of tricks on these stick smokers before we get it fired up. So one of the most important things that you can do is choose the right wood, everybody. Choose a wood such as hickory or pecan or mesquite, or even a lot of people smoke with oak. But one thing you really want to make sure of, that it's dry, everybody. And the weight of the wood will tell you in 5 seconds that you have wet wood. You do not want to smoke with unseasoned wood. It will make your meats come out absolutely terrible. So make sure you get a good, dry, seasoned wood, everybody. That makes all the difference in the world. Everybody, you're thinking, SSC, why do you have charcoal? Why do you have charcoal in here? Well, everybody, this is what I call a base heat source. So charcoal lasts a long time. It's typically easier to start a good fire with this, and then we're going to add our stick. But let's go ahead, and you don't have to do this. We're going to add a little bit of or a lot of our starter right there. Lighter fluid, right? Lighter fluid. So let's grab our trusty torch and let's fire this bad boy up. And we can get it there it goes. And there she goes. That's all it took, everybody. And we're going to let that burn down just a little bit, and then we're going to throw that wood on top of it. Once this fire started, everybody go ahead and shut your door on your smoker. That'll kind of help heat it up, preheat that smoker up. I've got the flute opened up on it really good, and we're going to let this thing burn down. And once she gets ready, we're going to throw the bologna on the smoker, everyone. While our smoker comes up to temperature, everybody, I want to share one thing with you about smoking with a wood-fired smoker, everyone. It costs the same amount of money to fire up that smoker for one item as it would for 5 or 10 items. So if you can fire up some stuff and smoke extra stuff and save it and put it back for dinners, meals, lunches, gatherings later on down the road, do that. It's sure to be a joyful thing for you. Trust me, you get lots of meat for the same price that it costs to smoke one piece of meat, or one bologna chub, or one rack of ribs. Everybody smoke two. So let's look at this bonus we're doing today. While I was hunting through the refrigerator, everybody, yesterday, we did find about a half of a pork tenderloin, everyone, and I thought, you know what a good way to throw some more meat on it, because hey, you can grind this up, make some delicious barbecue sandwiches with it, and we're going to use the same seasoning that we did on our bologna. So let's get this on here. We're just going to pour it all on here. We still have a little bit left maybe for some other stuff, but we're going to go ahead and just rub that all on that pork, and everybody, it's going to be great. And then guess what we're going to do? That's right. We're going to wrap it in here, and we're going to let this set for a while. And all of this sugar, just like on the bologna chub, will just solidify onto the meat, everyone. And so you're going to get that sweetness, deliciousness of the solidified seasoning mix that we got. So we're going to flip it over, get it all in here, and man, these are going to be delicious. Now, you can smoke this and then slice them into pork chops, And I'm telling you, it's sure to please your husband or your wife, everyone. So let's wrap this bad boy up just like we did the bologna. We'll set that aside, and then we're going to unwrap it when it's ready, everybody. And here we go again. Well, everyone, we've got our smoker up to temperature now. Now the fun begins. It's time to put on our bologna and our pork tenderloin, everybody. Let's get it on. Well, everybody, we've got our meat ready to go on the smoker. We've got plenty of smoke, as you can see. Now, here's a little tip. Make sure you add about 2, 3, 4, 5 cups of water in there. You don't want your meat to dry up, everybody. So we're also going to add these meats as far away from as the firebox as you possibly can. They'll catch more smoke, less heat, and cook better. Let's get these things put on, everybody. We're going to start with our smoked bologna. It's all the way back here, as you can see, and then we're going to take this incredible pork tenderloin and we're going to put it right there, everybody. And guess what happens next? We're going to shut this bad boy and we're going to start cooking. Let's start smoking, everybody. So the cooking times on the smoked bologna varies anywhere from 2 to 4 hours, everybody, depending on how you like it. If you like it smoked more, you're going to want to cook it longer, of course, at a lower temperature. Right today, we're cooking between 225 and 250 degrees because we like our bologna just a little bit darker, everybody. Just gives it more flavor the longer you smoke it. Low and slow is the key. Now, on that pork tenderloin, guys, that's going to take much longer. But what we're going to do on it is we're going to cook it until for about 2 hours, probably 3 hours, until we get good smoke on it. And then we're going to wrap it. We're going to put it back in the smoker. We're going to cook it another 2 hours, and it should come out absolutely phenomenal, guys. What comes next? Pulling the meat. Well, everybody, it looks like this smoked bologna is about done, and it's time to wrap up our pork tenderloin. So let's give it a check out here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this over just a little bit, and we're going to get a little bit more smoke on our tenderloin. And then we're probably going to get a little bit more smoke on our big chub of bologna. So we're going to put a little bit more smoke on this backside, everybody. And then we've been going for about 2.5 hours. And then I think we're going to go ahead and get this thing wrapped up. And we'll be back in just a short time. We'll wrap this up. And then the bologna should be almost ready to come off. But if you look down right in here, everybody, right about right here, you can tell we need some more smoke back in here on this bottom side. So we're going to let that smoke really good and come back to it. All right, everybody. It looks like it's about that time to pull that bologna off, everybody. And we're going to go ahead and wrap up our pork. We're going to take this in. We're going to slice a little up, show you the finished product. All right, everybody. We've got our pork wrapped up. Let's take this bologna off. It might be a two-fister, everybody. Woo! Wow, that's going to be an amazing piece of meat. Let's go check it out. Well, everybody, we've got our bologna pulled off. It's time to slice it up, so let's check it out. Everybody, we've got a few pieces sliced up. All that goodness and that seasoning's caramelized on the bologna chub, everybody. And it is delicious, sure to be a big pleaser, a crowd pleaser, everybody. Check one of these out, make one of these, and continue to watch Silver Stacker Cooks. Like, subscribe, everybody. Thanks for watching. I'm out.